Hello everyone, Dragoon here bringing you another Union Arena deck profile video. Today we're going to be looking at Speedo Sound Sonic. This is a deck that I put together roughly 2 weeks ago and has done pretty well in testing and in actual play. My cousin actually took second place at a local tournament Sunday. So piloting this exact same list that I put together. So I'm going to just share it with you and you're going to hopefully be inspired to play the deck. Honestly, at first glance, Speedo Sound Sonic is pretty underwhelming. None of his cards have like real win cons, such as like Impact, Damage 2, or even like something like Snipe to help let your attacks go more freely. But he does have the ability to draw a lot. He has the ability to put a lot of pressure on your opponents. You're gonna get like a lot of early swings on. And it's really easy to whittle your opponent down and help like force them to misuse or shotgun resources, so that way they're trying to keep up with your speed. So you're gonna make your opponent like uncomfortable. So that's the important thing. So I'm gonna just get into the list. So as usual, I'm gonna start with the event cards because these are just standard. It's just 4 monster cells and then 4 Windblade legs. You know, your specials and your finals, and nothing phenomenal about that. So getting into like the character cards now. For Speedo Sound Sonic, this is one of your raid targets. You just need him, no special effect really, just get and that's about it. For Boros, he has a lot of good use, active effect, on play, draw one, trash one, so he's help fueling your Speedo Sound Sonics for later. And he's also the other raid target in the deck. And then for Garos, I chose to go with Garo because he just has 2,000 base power, so your opponent's 0 cost get cards would just get run over by him, or even like their impact nullify cards would have to trade power with him. So he's a quality 0 cost. I didn't see a reason to play anything else over him. We're playing 4 Mosquito Girl. This card's actually pretty decent for what she does. On play, something gets 1,000 power, which typically gets overlooked at times because you're probably going to play her like super early, but you can pair her with like Super S, and Super S now becomes a 4K, or you can give it to like a Speedo Sonic Sound 2 cost, so he's a 4K without having to banish. Well, or not, in this case I'm not playing that one, I'm playing the one that the combined life has to be 4 or less. There, and then she has the ability of taking a life and giving herself 2,500 power, so she becomes a 4K herself. So in the early game, she will give you a hand so you can weigh your options. In the late game, she'll allow you to hit your life condition for a lot of my card effects, and also be able to trade with raids on offense. So that's pretty good. Then I'm playing 2 copies of Deep Sea King. This card is kind of good and bad at the same time, because without your life being like 4 combined or less, he has no effect. Draw trigger, which is appreciated. Other than that, he's kind of mid, right? But once you hit that condition, he's a 3,500 with nullify impact. So like, this is why he's at 2. I may look to bump him to 3 later. I am gonna start tweaking this deck a little bit now that the proper testing is done, so I'll probably do an update to that at some point. For Speedo Sound Sonic 2 cost, on play, you can banish 3 to draw a card, and when your combined lives are 4 or less, he's a 4K. So he's really good at helping you sift the deck. He's obviously a raid target, and you know, him being able to be 4K like later on when things get a little spotty is always appreciated. Onto the 3 costs, we're just playing 3 Boros. This card is awesome. On play, you take a life, draw 2 cards, trash 1. So you essentially get 3, you get to see 3 cards because of this, right? Like granted, like taking your life seems a little like spotty, but 3K, 2 energy gen, and he's a raid target, and he helps the raid target get to its conditions of being strong. Like, it's a great card. Onto the 4 cost, Speedo Sound Sonic raid. I generally don't get his first effect of being able to attack spot, because the whole point of that is to get like an extra attack, but being that I'm only playing 8 base Speedo Sound Sonics, the likelihood of getting that isn't really consistent. I may look to play the 3 cost with step, so that way I can like step it in the front and then move it back and just kind of have them play tag. But until then, this is just really played to like force pressure. You know, you get the draw on effect when you banish 3. and the ability to get a 5th attack off is there, you know, if the circumstances are met correctly. 2 active Speedo Sound Sonics. So this card is great. On play, well, he gets played into active, and on play you can like revive a Speedo Sound Sonic when it costs 2 or less. It would not be ignorant to say that you can like play this in the back in active, revive one in the front, raid the Speedo Sound Sonic, swing, and then push him up, and that's how you can get your 5th attack. It's not gonna happen often, but that is a play. But being that he's an action point too, it makes the comboing a little thing unless you have monster cells like readily available. So now I'm gonna do these 2 together. Playing 4 copies of Carnage Kabuto and 3 Super S's. I feel like these are interchangeable. If you're more comfortable playing 4 Super S's and 3 of these, go for it. This card is awesome. It gets rid of like the little beat stick monsters. On play, you draw a card or pop 2 cards with the same power with 2,000 or less BP. So that's really good. But him in late game is crazy because you could just discard a card and he gets impact 4 when both players combine lives for 4 or less. And he's a 4,000 naturally, where she's a 3,000. So it's, I guess, you play for comfort in this case. Right now I'm doing a 4-3 swap. I may look to drop this because I feel like I'm playing too many, like 4 drops in general actually. So I may look to maybe drop them to 2 and change it for something else. We'll see. And the last card I play in the deck are 3 Boros raids. This card is mean, right? Because he's a 6 energy raid. So you're not going to typically get 6 energy in the back unless you see 2 Boros. But when the combined lives become 4 or less, he's a 4 cost, and then he has the ability of when he's rated, if the combined lives are 4 or less, you can pay an extra action point to pop cards. So he's like, he has the special ability as well, and he also has impact, and he gets 1,000 power when you do that. So 5k with impact raid is pretty good, and the alt arts, as you can see, are beautiful as hell. The main thing to remember with this deck is that you're going to be looking to outpace your opponent. You're going to force them to make uncomfortable decisions. Like I said, like there's not a lot of cards in this deck that don't have like impact. Well, that have impact. Like there's only Boros and literally Kabuto, and that's it. So everything else is just about just getting your offense off. You may struggle with decks that have like double block because of the fact that the only clear that you have is both Boros and the Windblade. But overall, if you're aggressive enough, especially with like slow decks like let's say Green One Punch Man, that kind of takes some time to set up before he starts to pop off, you're gonna outpace that. And if you just keep punching him in the face, eventually he'll run out of teeth. So that's it for the deck profile. I hope this encourages you guys to try this deck out. I will be uploading more videos soon, so if you want to stick around and watch more videos, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching all this time. You have a great day.